Hi, my name is Beth and I'm going to tell you how I decided to follow Jesus. I've been attending this church my entire life, and when I was pretty young, I had a teacher who always taught us that God had this gift that He wanted to give us, this free gift, and all that we had to do was accept it. And me, being the analytical child that I was, decided that I had a lot more questions before I just wanted to jump in. So I went home and I talked to my parents about it, and to answer my questions, they had me listen to an audio drama because that's how we answered questions in our house. But when I had all my questions answered, I decided that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted Jesus to be the center of my life, and I wanted to follow Him. And I prayed with my mom, and still remember that clearly today. And I can't say that life after that got any easier, because life doesn't get any easier. The older you get, the harder it gets. And that's why I'm so glad that I accepted Christ when I did, because He was with me through it all. I've always struggled with fear. The fear of failure, the fear of letting people down, and the fear of not being worth it. And a couple years ago, I heard a quote from a Russian novelist, Fyodor Dostoevsky, and he wrote, "Above all, avoid fear, for fear is simply the consequence of every lie." And I started to think that all of these things that I have been afraid of, that I let change me into someone that I never wanted to be, they were all because I believed some lie. The fear of failure came from believing the lie that my simple, safe plan for my life was better than God's plan. And the fear of letting people down came from me believing that what other people thought of me mattered more than what God thought of me. And the fear of not being worth it came from believing that the steadfast love that God has for us, that is talked about over and over in the Bible, it wasn't true. I can't say that I have overcome or defeated these fears and lies by any means, but I know that God is on my side and He is helping me to fight against them. And I know that in the end, He always wins, and He is using this to draw me closer to Him. If you're out there today and you haven't made the decision to follow Christ, I want to urge you to do that. I can't promise you that it'll be easy, but I can promise you that it will be better. I'm going to read a quote by Donald Miller because he's much more articulate in explaining this than me. Life is a dance towards God, and the dance is not so graceful as we might think. For while we glide and swing our practiced sway, God crowds our feet, bumps our toes, and scuffs our shoes. He lowers His head and whispers, safe and confident, "You will dance to the beat of Amazing Grace, or you will not dance at all." So, we learn to dance with the One who made us, and it is a taxing dance to learn. But once learned, don't we glide, and don't we sway, and don't we bury our heads in His chest, and don't we love to dance. I can't promise you that it'll be easy, but I can promise you it'll be better.